And hello there, and this is Kingoftryinit, always trying it. And I try playing different games, trying it out, having fun, and showing you what's what. So today I'm going to be showing you how to escape the regulators on Cyberika, or the police, whatever you want to know. Apparently they're very annoying to a lot of people, so at this alpha at the moment this technique tends to work. As you can see there, that was the spawn point for the other two I had earlier. I was testing a few things out just to make sure it works before I show you guys. Just remember that this game is in alpha state, which means that things can change quite radically, and it might not work anymore. So try to keep up to date by subscribing and checking it out. Okay, so as you just saw, I just ran out of the zone, and the zone, you just gotta hold for a little bit just to be safe. You can do it instantly sometimes, but sometimes it's hit or miss. But this technique will work by just going out the zone and then going right back in. Once you get back in, there's two things you're gonna have to check. One of the things are gonna be, do you check if they're at the spawn point? Now, if they're at the spawn point at your car and they're attacking you straight away, then you're unfortunate. It might not work for you at the point. You won't be able to use your car as the trick or the transport of the zone. But as you can see, they're gone. They're not there anymore. I did wait a very lengthy time. To be honest, you shouldn't have to wait that long, but I guess the longer you wait, the more safer. As you can see now, I continue running in the zone even though I've got 3 regulators after me. And you can just chill and stuff like that. Like, the only reason you should have another regulator after you now after this point is if it's a completely new one that spawns in. The ones that are running after you before shouldn't be after you at all. They should be either stuck at their spawn point, what I showed you at the beginning of the video, or something else. I can't remember now. Or something else. So yeah, if they're not at their spawn point or they're not stuck in a random spot, which sometimes happens, they shouldn't be after you. Only new ones should come after you. And if you get a new one, you just do the same technique again. You just run all the way to the car or any exit point and you log out, as long as it's not their original spawning point. That's really important, because if it's their original spawning point, you could dangerously load in to like 3 to 4 regulators literally on you and you'll die instantly. This is especially important on the maximum stars, 5 stars on regulators, because you will spawn in, they'll have guns and shotguns and you'll just die instantly. At the moment I'm on 4 stars. If you do this on 5 stars, it's a risk. So as you can do now, I'm just doing the test now to see if this is one of their spawn points. It's a good way to find out. If there is 4 stars, I believe you get 3 regulators. If you get 5, I think you get 4 regulators. So just make sure you count them, don't kill them, and just make sure the spawn point isn't the spawn point that you come in from, because if you get that, you're gonna die very quickly unless you have high armor, high health. And then, to be honest, you don't want to be wasting that in a green and basic zone. So that's pretty much how to deal with the regulators. So you can just farm with your heart's content. You just got to be careful with the 5 star. To be honest, when you get a certain weapon like a baseball bat with like 22 damage or higher, this zone becomes pretty easy and you can naked it. As you can see here, that's one of the spawn points there, and one of the regulators are there, as you can see, as I talked to you about before. So he will probably basically just be there. I'm just gonna buff up, heal up a little bit just in case I don't get an extra one. He does have a knife and I am pretty much naked with no armor, and knives hurt because knives are actually from the red zone, level 22 zone. So yeah, that's where you get a knife. All right, so I'm just gonna organize a few things really quickly, but we're gonna go straight back in, hopefully not die. And I will show you basically what it's like when a regulator is at your spawn point and what it's like, just to show you what happens. So here you go, you should see it happen now. He should just be there and he should just be stabbing me up, basically like a brutal policeman. So there you go, see, 9 damage, not too bad. I thought it'd be worse, but there you go. So he's right there. This also can happen even if it's not their spawn point. This is really important. Even if it's not their spawn point, if they hit you or you get to the car while they're still right next to you, they will spawn there. So you have to get into the car quick enough whilst in your radar they're not about there, or the edge of the radar. If they're any closer than that, when you go back in, they'll be there. So you want to avoid doing that. I can't stress that enough. That is so important. Do not let them hit you when you're at the car, because if you're at the car and you go in, that's it. You're already screwed. You can't come back in because they're going to kill you. This is especially important in a red level 22 zone. Very especially important, because you will just die instantly. The red zone is very hard to clear out in general. So as you can see, he has gone again. The technique has worked, and he is somewhere on the map, either at his spawn point or he's just stuck somewhere. That's either the two options of what happens to them. So if you're sick of it, or you know, you're just like, oh, it's so long, oh wait, it's like a free to play method of slowing us down, this is the way to do it. So as you can see here, I'm going to show you where they get stuck now. So there's 2, maybe 3 regulators on top of each other there, just stuck there. Just stuck. You used to be able to hit them through walls, which is great, but then the problem of that killing them would be you would end up having them spawning back in again. So by them killing them, it wasn't really a good idea. You'd be wasting your draw. They never drop anything. The only thing the regulators do give you is experience. You do get experience killing them, but it's nowhere near worth the amount of killing them to get the experience. You might as well just go to a higher zone and kill some standard enemies. Anyways, this is Kingoftryinit, always trying it. I'm out of here. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you in the next one.